Damn, why'd you beat him like that?
It's not my fault. I didn't mean to beat him that hard. It sure looks peaceful though.
Poor Gallon. What a shame.
Dude, it's gonna be okay. He's gonna be fine. I promise.
I just thought he had it this week, man.
He didn't even come close.
You didn't have to beat him that hard.
It's gonna be okay. You wanna know why? Because I'm Johnny Walker Red,
And I'm Raymond the Chief Rodriguez.
and you are watching Wombat Watch.
I messed it up, but that's okay. I messed it up just as much as Esther did on that loss this week, but we'll get to that.
That was a tough L.
Yeah. So let's get into this last week. First game of the week, we have Josh is the King versus Waffle Stompers.
I gotta tell you, RJ, he hasn't been much of a king lately.
Not lately.
He's been taking a couple L's.
Not only did he take that L, but Josh also took that L.
Josh Allen did also take that L.
So Josh come in with a 78.02 to Will's 85.90. So that was a 7.88 win on Waffle Stompers. Game was rated C-. Not a great game all around.
No.
But, you know, it did kind of have me questioning in the beginning. I got to be honest, I kind of thought that Josh is the King was going to take it, but when Waffle Stomper started getting that lead, I was like, you know what?
Yeah. Well, we felt so confident that he was going to take the win because he's been scoring so high.
Yeah, he has.
But all of a sudden, he decides that he's just not going to change his roster. Bucky Irving, injured, 0 points, leaves him on his roster.
But you know what? I will say this: Waffle Stompers did the same thing with their defense. They had Pittsburgh's defense on their lineup, and they came out with the bye week.
Yeah, I have no idea why they would even do that.
Yeah, both of those were worst players, 0 points. The best player, though, after we just got done talking shit about him, Josh Allen, quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, come in with 20.42 points.
Yeah, that's not too bad. The Waffle Stompers, they had Jalen Hurts, comes out with 19.5 points. Just under Josh Allen. Pretty good overall, honestly.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, I think as long as they can readjust their lineups, watch for the buys, watch for injured players starting, that could have been a whole different game.
It could have been. It could have been way different.
Yeah, so what about this second game?
RB Reapers versus Star Vision, our Michael Vick game of the week. Love it. One of these teams was going to get stuck in the doghouse this week, and you know what? It ended up being Emily.
Emily, come on.
97.92 to 104.7.
That's a 6.78 point win. C rating.
C rating. Okay. Sounds good. It was all right. Not a bad game.
Well,
I got to tell you, at the end there, I really wanted the Chiefs to go into overtime, and I wanted Emily to pull out a victory. I saw it. It was in the cards. They just didn't have enough time.
Yeah, and you know what? The best player did come from Emily, which was Patrick Mahomes. He did come up with 27.72 points. That overtime definitely would have made a world of difference.
It would have, and I guarantee that would have resulted in Emily's win. Patrick Mahomes put on a clinic in that game, and he just seemed unstoppable until he just had too little time.
Yep, and Emily also did have the worst player with Zach Ertz, the tight end from Washington, getting no points.
Yeah, 0 points. I didn't exactly look how many targets he got, but that's crazy for a player to get no points at all.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's tough sledding when you put a player that's not going to score anything.
Yeah, and that's kind of the downside of fantasies. You never know.
Yeah,
never know.
You really don't. You try to minimize the fact that somebody's not going to get any touches, but you don't ever know.
Yeah. So, speaking of losses in a household, what do you think about that game with Shane?
Shane takes another L to Raph.
Raph! Come in!
No name 7. Oh my goodness. Just we give you a second for applause here, Raph, because you have earned it, sir.
Yeah. Coming in with the closest game this week. 0.52 points for the win. Shane come out with 85.84. Raph come in with 86.36. 0.52. So, like last season, I ended up losing in the playoffs because of 5 yards. Shane lost his game for 5 yards. Plus, it doesn't help that his kicker got injured after the second extra point.
Those kickers, man. Everybody's having a struggle with them all of a sudden. I don't know.
Yeah, and game overall came in with the C rating. I thought it should have gotten a little more because it was a nail biter.
It was a nail biter.
Yeah.
All the way up into the last seconds of that game, you were like, this could be it.
Yeah.
This is it.
I was sitting at the edge of my seat. I gotta admit, Shane, I thought you were gonna take it, bud. You lost to Raph, man.
I gotta tell you, I didn't think you were gonna take it. I thought Raph was gonna win the whole entire time. And as you got closer and closer to winning, I was like, oh no, maybe I'm wrong.
Raph, now you can be 1-7.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Rashad White, the highest player for Shane's team, 19.1 points.
Yeah, but Raph ended up coming in with the highest player of that whole game with Matthew Stafford, the quarterback from the Rams, getting 25.56.
25.56. That's a pretty good score for a quarterback, man.
Yeah, I will say Raph also did get the lowest player with Tampa Bay's defense, getting no points.
0.
Yeah.
And the third strings also had the LA Chargers defense.
Yeah.
1 point. Kind of sad.
Yeah. But I did see that Shane had Seattle on the bench and they got -3, so
All right.
something.
Yeah. Also, Spencer Schrader, Shane's kicker. He's out for the season.
Yeah, ACL and MCL tear. He's out
Goodness.
again after 2 points. Like, even just one more extra point could have won you that, Shane. I think you need to really think about your life decisions now.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Especially since you lost to me in the same way. Speaking of losing to me, let's talk about the best game of the week. All right.
I wouldn't say the best game, but I
Alright.
would say the biggest ass whooping.
It is definitely the biggest ass whooping.
With a 45.92 point spread, Coupe de Gras comes in with 136.78 points to the Lost Boys 90.86 points.
I gotta tell you, RJ, it should be illegal to beat somebody's ass that bad.
Yeah. Sorry, gal. Just wasn't your week, man.
Your points got lost somewhere.
I will say the game come out with an A+ rating. Great game. It was pretty good. You guys
Do you know what the plus after the A is for? The plus is the SS whooping that he got.
Yeah, it was.
I gotta tell you.
It was pretty rough. So, but you come out with the best player of the week or of your game, which was
Unfortunately,
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
Quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Woo!
Here we go.
Gonna come out with 28.28 points.
Yeah, that was solid. I also had the Vikings defense, which sadly 3 points for them. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But silver linings here. Gowan had Baker Mayfield, 26.66 points.
Yeah.
That man is a beast.
He is.
I love watching Baker Mayfield play. I wasn't
I
wanting him to do very well.
I will say this just as a football fan, I'm glad Seattle lost.
That's not fair.
Yeah. But the Lost Boys ended up coming in with the worst player, Woody Marks, running back from the Texans with 2.4 points.
I believe he actually just picked him up last week,
I
too.
think so.
Yeah. So, you know what? He was trying to get an edge any way he could. Looks like he missed. All right, let's talk about our Yahoo Game of the Week. Yeah. The once undefeated Threat Level Midnight
Is now defeated.
is now defeated. Sorry, Esther Tiger Blood Garner.
You lost the Tiger Blood. You're just Esther Garner.
You took the L. You weren't drinking enough of the Tiger Blood.
Nope.
Now you're just Esther.
Just Esther.
Just Esther.
Who'd you lose to?
It says, what are you doing, Stepper? Oh, that's your
That's
team.
me, yeah, that's me.
Solid. 127.82 to 92.94. Another epic ass whooping. Not as good as mine, because Gowan, he doesn't have an ass left.
But yeah, I ended up coming in with the win on Esther, 34.88 points.
34 points.
So that's an A+ rating game. And again, what does that plus mean, Esther?
You know what? I feel like we could have took our bonus points and we could have beat Shane on our own.
Yeah, probably.
Just like Raph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shane lost.
Shane lost.
Just like Esther.
Just like Esther. Just like Gowan.
Just like Gowan.
Oh my goodness. What a week, man. What a week.
You know what? Sometimes this is the second week in a row I've been an undefeated team, and you know what? Like, I'm just willing to do that to balance out. Like, I'm basically the Anakin Skywalker of this whole league because I'm bringing balance here. Okay.
There are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Okay.
Jesus. All right, I gotta say, I owe Esther some props. I told her that picking up Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, I told her that was probably a bad idea, and boy, did he fucking just shove that in my face.
Yeah.
22.74 points for Tua. That's crazy.
And you know what? With my QB, I made the difficult choice to start Justin Fields against the Cowboys, and I didn't think that was going to pay off until the Cowboys stopped carrying in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they gave the Jets an epic ass whooping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I won in 2 leagues, and my Cowboys won this week. God damn, it's
Wait a minute,
awesome.
hold up. Who did the Denver Broncos beat this week?
I will say that was a great game.
Was it the reigning champion Eagles?
It was the undefeated Eagles.
God damn, look at us go.
This is just a week of all the undefeateds falling. The Bills lost, the Eagles lost, and Esther lost. To me.
No more undefeateds in the league. That's you hate to see it.
And no wins. Raph got his first win.
Oh, no more zero losses.
Zero wins, yeah.
Raph, we love you, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you got it. Especially to Shane. That makes it better.
That makes it better.
Yeah.
I wish it would have been in one of my Michael Vick games, but that's okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Emily just has not gotten herself out of the doghouse yet.
She just can't get out of the doghouse. What is that?
You need to try harder, Emily, okay? Just a little harder. Put in a little effort.
No, your team is there. They're there. They are ready to win. You know it. You see it. You see her team. It looks good, dude. It's a scary team. So it's just been unlucky.
Speaking of her maybe winning, let's talk about next week.
All right, let's see. Lost Boys 1-4 versus the RV Reaper. RJ, this is our Michael Vick game of the week.
All right, well, Emily's coming in, and I'm hoping she gets everything arranged. The Lost Boys and Running Back Reapers both looking to get their second win of the season.
Both of them.
So, luckily, somebody is going to come out of this with a 2-4 record. We don't know who yet. I think,
I'm not sure that Gowan has psychologically recovered.
and that's what I'm thinking is like, Gowan, take a day, call out of work,
Yeah.
just take a moment.
Cry into your pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I took your corpse and I threw it into the dog pound, which is where Emily's going to get a hold of you and she's going to rip you to pieces.
Emily,
I'm taking Emily for the win here, guys.
Emily, you need to focus up this week. Let's get you out of that doghouse.
Hell yeah, let's do that.
What about our second game here? We got Waffle Stompers 3-2 versus the now 1-4 No Name Sevens.
You know, William has had quite a bit of momentum going forward, and he said he's not going to lose again. He's already lost twice.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'd like to see where it goes. Raph has got a decent team built up. If he hits the right week, you know, I think he'll win.
Yeah, I'm thinking if Raph focuses on his lineup,
Yeah.
actually puts in, a decent, even just a solid 20 minutes into his lineup, makes a couple trades, I think Raph can keep his momentum going. I think
he could too.
he might have, get a little boost off of that one win, start to feel what it's like to win, and we'll see
Just
where it
keep
goes from
feeding
here.
on
Yeah,
it.
keep
A
feeding.
bottom team in the first 5 weeks could be a top team at the end of the year.
Exactly.
And, William, your team's pretty good. You're getting a lot of injuries. You're in the middle of the pack, and you're hunting for the top. And we see you. You're just not high enough for us to acknowledge you yet.
Yeah, pretty much. Raph, I'm rooting for you this week. I'm hoping that momentum keeps going and
All right.
you continue to win. until I play you, and then it's just going to be a nightmare for you.
I will say, Raph, I am rooting for you. I think you might lose this one this week. But who knows? I was wrong about all of my games last week, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then we also got Star Vision versus the Third Strings. Both 2 and 3 teams.
Yeah.
So Shane coming off of a loss.
Another loss.
And it was.
I don't even remember him getting wins.
I think he won. I think they carried over from last season because
he kicked so much ass last year.
I don't remember seeing any this season.
Star Vision 2 and 3, Third Strings 2 and 3. Star Vision carrying momentum from his last win versus Emily, climbed up out of the dog pound. You know, that's where winners are made.
Yeah.
In the fucking dog pound.
Yeah, hopefully he takes that momentum, knows he's out, and doesn't want to go back in.
Yeah, I hope so. Todd, you beat me once, and I'm not happy about it, so I'm looking for revenge.
Yeah, as he should.
I think Shane pulls his head out of his ass this week.
I think so because last week, I don't know what he was doing. I understand, like, his whole team just kind of collapsed, especially his kicker. And you know who always complains about kickers?
Esther.
Wait, did I beat her last week? Oh, I did. I totally did. But, yeah, it came full circle. If it wasn't for the kicker, Shane would have... I honestly think Shane would have had that.
All right, let's talk about our next game. This is your Yahoo game of the week, and we're going to do this before our last game because the last game is way more important. Threat level Midnight, 4-1 now.
Coming off of her first loss.
Where did she get that one?
I got her that one.
You gave her the one?
Yeah, I was gonna give it to her for Christmas, but I was like, you know what? Why not in week 5?
You're a giver. You
Yeah.
know that? Okay. Versus Josh is the King, who is 3-2, coming off of a fresh loss.
Yeah, and you know what? Threat level Midnight. She played a good game.
Yeah.
She set a good lineup. I just think her team didn't execute last week as they should have.
Yeah.
Because she did have a solid lineup and it didn't work out. Josh is the King coming in off a loss. He was once on top of the league. He's now down in 4th place. And you know what? I think he as long as he can kind of bounce back from this loss, I think he'll get that. He'll start to move up that rank again.
Unfortunately, RJ, I think this is kind of exactly what we said towards the beginning of the season. He's relying purely on the scoring power of Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
And though that man, like I said, he's a fucking alien. It's basically his last name, right? What if he doesn't? What if he doesn't score?
Yeah.
Then you're screwed, man. Like, you need more than that.
Yeah, and especially after the Bills just lost their first game. One of two things is going to happen with them. They're either going to continue to decline, or they're going to start actually, doing better, making more passes. Because Josh Allen, he really is good. Like, he can throw some bombs.
He can.
But I think just after this loss, it's either going to shake them or it's going to make them. There's no in between.
It's a make it or break it kind of game for them, you think?
I think so.
Don't talk about that to me because I have Lamar Jackson. All right, let's talk about the fucking grudge match,
All right.
Who do we got? We got Coup de Grace versus What Are You Doing, Step Rose?
Yeah, we do.
This is a rivalry game.
This is like when the Cowboys play the Eagles, okay?
You guys lose?
No.
This is exactly what it's like. He said it.
First
You
off,
all
shut
heard
your
it.
face.
You heard
But
it.
I think all my Cowboys fans can understand just how important those games are.
They are important.
Yeah, so I think coming into this next week, we're both sitting at 4-1, both looking to make it 5-1.
Oh, I'm not looking. I'm gonna.
But here's the thing, John. Like, I got you a 2 for Christmas, and if I have to give it to you in week 6, I will.
Speaking of 2, RJ, let's talk about 2s. 2-0 versus you in the regular season, RJ. How do you feel about that one?
Hey, John. 1-0 against you in the playoffs.
I will say I'm 0-1 in the playoffs against RJ's team, but this is the regular season, baby. This is where I shine.
So what you're saying is you're going to do good this next week, and then I'm going to ultimately...
No, what I'm saying is what I'm going to do...
Take home that trophy one more time.
What I'm going to do, RJ, is I'm going to beat you so badly that you don't even make it into the playoffs. You're gonna end up in my Michael Vick game of the week.
I feel like when I ultimately beat you, like you beat Gowan, you're gonna stop inviting me over for
This
barbecues.
is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. It's not possible.
I think just at the end of the day, just remember, you wanted this.
All right, let's talk about the trade block, RJ. Anybody think about trading?
So I will say I put Jamar Chase on the trade block.
Yeah.
That was a little. That was the wrong way to go for me because he killed it for me this last week.
I bet you they're all willing to take Jamar Chase.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I'm not willing to trade him anymore. So I will say this: I do need a flex. I'm looking for another flex. I've got Debo on my flex right now, and he's doing okay, but I'm needing double digits, and he's not putting them out. So
Right.
I'm thinking I might even just pick someone up who's a little better and see about trading that way. Unless somebody happens to want Debo, then let me know.
If you guys have got trades for RJ, make sure you process those right before Sunday so that he doesn't get the help while we play our grudge match, because I'm going to win.
And then ultimately what's going to happen is I'm going to have to start Debo, and then he's going to drop 45 points on you.
Do you live in fantasy land? Debo's
Yes,
not
this
gonna-
is fantasy football.
Debo's not going to score 45 points.
I'll be surprised if Debo scores 5 points.
It will be a fun game to watch. So, you know what? You guys, root for me. Always root for me.
Don't root for John.
Root for me. You don't want RJ as a champion. You've seen what it's
as
like.
your current champion, okay? I'm just going to say I'm going to beat your ass like I did last year.
It never happened. It didn't happen.
If we have to pause so I can go get my trophy, I will.
It was a fluke. They
It was
say.
I've got 3 titles to my name right now. How many do you have, John? None. None.
The 2025 champion is what my title is currently. Okay. That's what I've got.
So, with the standings this week, though, we have had a couple shifts.
We have.
So, of course, Esther stays at number 1
By how many points, RJ?
by 4 points.
4 points.
Dang. Barely. Yeah, and John, your team shifted up to 2nd.
I'm first place. I don't care what that app says. Me.
I shifted up to 3rd, but I'm down like 22 points.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, we got...
Where'd Josh is the king go?
he's down in 4th now.
Oh my goodness.
And then, of course, we'll be in our little pendulum there in the middle, and then after that, you're irrelevant. So we're not going to talk about it.
Except for, where's that body that I just buried?
Oh, wait. He's 9th.
There he is,
He's
ninth place.
Yeah, the only one lower than you is Raph, but you know what? He might have the momentum. Keep it going, Raph. I'm rooting for you.
Well, I hope Raph gets something going, you know?
Yeah, we'll see what happens this next week. It's a week full of good weeks. Let's see if Emily can get out of that dog pound. Let's see if Esther can recover from that ass whooping I gave her.
I don't know if she can.
I don't think so.
She's gonna spiral.
Yeah, it's all downhill from
It's
here.
all downhill.
Let's see if Gowan can recover from that ass whooping you gave him.
I won't.
Gowan, I'm rooting for you, bud.
No,
I'm rooting for you.
He's not.
Let's see if Raph can keep the momentum going. Let's see if Shane can recover. It's gonna be a huge week. Okay, yeah, I'm excited for it. I know that we're gonna be here next week. Well, I might be. You might not want to show up because you're gonna be pouting.
Oh.
But we'll see what happens, and yeah, let's have us a good week. I think it's gonna be a good time.
If RJ wins, I'm not gonna do a video.
I will.
So let's give these people some tools of the trade here, RJ. Let's talk about like holding on to 2 defenses all year.
You know what? I will say I do it, but I do always start my one defense. I think my biggest fear with it is when that defense finally has a bye week, I'm stuck with a terrible defense.
I mean, holding a defense for a bye week seems perfectly logical. Holding the second defense the whole entire year, that takes up a roster spot from you and makes it so you don't have nearly as much depth as you need at your RB and your wide receiver positions, and it kind of causes a catastrophe for you throughout the season, I think.
Yeah, and you know what? I do slightly agree. I do think, especially now, like the defense you're starting is the defense you're going to keep for the most part.
I mean, I think everybody's got their starting defenses locked down pretty good. There's a couple of people that have two very good defenses. I gotta say, like, I would just hold on to the best one.
But this kind of goes to what I say every week is play the player, play against the projection point.
Sure thing,
So,
but it's Shane's favorite saying, any given Sunday.
yeah,
So any defense could do relatively well against a decent offense, right?
yeah,
What I'm saying here is holding on to two defense, it doesn't hurt your opponents, it only hurts you. It makes it so that your roster spots are taken up.
yeah. That is fair.
And all you need is one defense. Like, your whole defense isn't going to get injured. They're not going on IR.
Never know. They might be like Shane's kicker.
They could be like Shane's kicker. But, you could have an extra running back. You could have an extra wide receiver. Even if they're not the best, they could be some sort of reserve, right?
Yeah.
They could be a handcuff option for Saquon Barkley, right? They could be that second runner-up in case he gets injured.
I will say, kind of with that as well, picking up new running backs and new wide receivers, a little extra. A lot of people aren't stacking, and that's okay for a lot of people. Is when you have like a quarterback and a wide receiver on the same team, and then they throw to each other, you're making double points there.
Yeah, you're making way more points that way.
So I know I use the Knicks-Sutton combo.
Yeah.
And it's been doing really good so far, and I haven't seen a lot of that in the other teams.
No, I haven't really seen that either, and it's kind of crazy to me that nobody's really aiming for it. Currently, with Dak Prescott, I know a certain CeeDee Lamb owner that should probably throw me a trade. It's Shane. Shane's the owner. CeeDee Lamb's injured, but he's also got George Pickens.
He does.
And you know what? For the right price, maybe I let him go. No.
You know, I too have a Cowboys wide receiver. Or no, I have a running back. I have the Cowboys running back. Never mind.
Yeah, you got Javonte.
Yeah, I got Javonte Williams.
I personally like stacking my kicker with my quarterback.
Yeah, I do that a lot as well.
I mean, you're getting 4 points for a touchdown pass, and then you're getting at least 1 point for an extra point. That's 3 points.
I think one of my favorite things to do is when the team has a specific quarterback getting their kicker.
It didn't work out for you very well.
I'm on a win streak right now.
Yeah, but when you took your L,
yeah,
that's why.
That's what it was.
That's what
it was. Which, incidentally, you know who else took an L this week? Esther. Yeah.
Gowan. Shane. You know what? We're rambling on. Any last words for the folks out there?
I think the only thing I would say is the big thing is check your rosters, make sure everybody's actually playing, set your lineups, try not to tinker too much, just be confident with your picks, look who your players are playing, and kind of go from there. And it's going to be a good week.
I think it's going to be a good week. All of our games look tip-top.
Yeah.
Really excited for my Michael Vick game.
Yeah.
Emily, get it! I need you to win.
Because he's not going to.
Because I'm going to whoop RJ's ass. Make sure you always check your kids' candy before you give it to them.
We're getting around that time.
It is that time.
Last year, I found a Glock 19 in a kid's candy. It's crazy.
Those are dangerous creatures, too. They'll bite you. It's true. I've seen it happen.
Twice.
I'm Johnny Walker Red.
I'm Raymond the Chief Rodriguez.
We are out.